Hey crafters, I am so excited about today's project because this project is part two of a project I made a while back on the channel, and it's been a favorite on the channel, it's been a favorite of mine, and I wanted to kind of take it to the next level, try out some new supplies, and maybe even get some new results, kind of take this project into right now and show you what I've been loving and what I've been working with. We are making some tie-dyed hair accessories. I love all things tie-dye, but if you could tie-dye your own hair accessories and things, I mean, that could just be so much fun. It's kind of a small scale project, you know, you're not having to make a giant mess or make a giant time or money commitment, you know, you're working with some small items. It's very customizable. This is a fun thing that you could do with friends or with kids. I mean, who doesn't need some fun accessories in their life? I mean, I've noticed with this project that one of the hardest things about it is finding scrunchies, headbands, and the like that are dyeable or dye friendly. And most of the dyes that I use tend to only work well on natural fiber items. So in my last video, if you guys remember that one, I will link to it below. I had a hard time finding some things. I eventually did find some scrunchies and headbands, and I keep looking for dyeable items, and I have recently found some new favorites that actually fit my head and like my hair thickness a little bit better than the ones I've used even in the past. I'm excited to share with you kind of the new supplies that I'm loving because those really make this project work. We'll head to the craft store as well and pick out some tie-dye. I'm going to be using a tie-dye kit for most of today's project. I may use some sink dyeing. We'll see if we have time, but squeezy bottle tie-dye, you know, those little bottles with dye powder, you shake them up with some water, you squirt some dye on the item, you let it sit, and it's done. Good old-fashioned kid kind of project from like summer camp. So much fun, not hard to do. That's mostly what we're working with today. I'm looking forward to wearing these things, especially spring, summer. Amazing. I'm also planning on making some for gifts. Let me show you the supplies we're working with. Let me get my work surface all prepped, and let's dive in. Let's make some tie-dyed hair accessories and give it a try. You guys, I was so excited to find these headbands. They're from the brand Kitsch, and I bought them from Ulta. I was excited because, look, not only are they wide, stretchy fabric headbands, but they are actually tied in a knot, which kind of makes a bow, which is great. But the biggest thing for me was they're adjustable. So many times I thought I found headbands that were actually adjustable, and they weren't, and many of the ones that I've been trying recently were just a little too small for my head. Like, they would stay on if you had bobby pins, but I really needed something adjustable, and these definitely are. So definitely amazing. I'm a fan. I have them in multiple colors, and the best part, of course, with this color combination is, yeah, they're kind of a light beige and a white, and they're cotton. You know what that means. That means they're natural fiber. We can tie-dye these babies. Adjustable and cotton. I have been on the hunt for something like this for so long. So glad to find these guys. Let's turn them over. Oh, pardon my fingers. I have been tie-dyeing today. Yeah, I've got a project or two underway, and I think these guys are next up. I have a tie-dye kit from Tulip, and I'm going to be rainbow-izing these guys. I think with this beige color, I think I want to get this maybe in kind of the warmer tones of my tie-dye, and maybe the white one I do more in like cooler tones. I kind of want to make one all rainbow though too. I'll probably untie the knots, get these guys wet,
I don't think I want to tie them up particularly because I think I just want bands of color. I don't really want a pattern like starbursts or anything on these, although that would be amazing. Maybe a future project. But I do have my workstation set up outside in my carport. I got a tarp, I got paper towel, I got gloves, which I apparently need to wear more. And I'm going to get these wet, get my dye all ready to go. I've been using that tie-dye kit today, so I'll show you the dye bottles I have ready to go. We'll squirt some dye on these guys, let them sit for 6 to 8 hours, and see what they look like.
Oh my goodness. These turned out so cool. Oh my word. Okay, this rainbow one? I did not expect it to be this vibrant. It really took the dye well. And of course, you know, the colors fade a little bit from what they look like when you apply them, but these are still really bright. Okay, that's definitely my favorite. But I am loving the way the tan one took the warm colored dye. You know, it's a little bit more subtle. It kind of, you know, browned the colors a little bit. Kind of get like kind of a, I don't know, sun-baked terracotta thing happening. But oh my gosh, these are so great. I definitely want to do this with more color combinations now that I know how well this works. I'm going to tie them into their little bows and show you what they look like. And then I can't wait to try wearing these. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am so excited to tie-dye some more scrunchies. Ah, man, I've been loving using the ones that I tie-dyed in my last video, but like I said, they were a little bit small. I feel like they would work great for people with like thinner hair than mine, or maybe for like kids, but these guys are actually kind of wrist-friendly. They're not super big, they're not like wide, fluffy scrunchies. They're definitely on the smaller side. With like fabric wise, but the elastic length seems pretty good to me. It's definitely a step up from what I've tried before. And of course, these guys are organic cotton. Yay! Very difficult to find cotton scrunchies that are actually 100% cotton, so very excited. These are again from the Kitsch brand. I got them from Ulta. And no, they're not sponsoring this video, but I mean, hey, if they ever wanted to, that'd be cool. I'm a fan. These guys are a little bit expensive. They were $10 for 5 scrunchies. But as someone who has purchased a lot of scrunchies before, thinking that they would work for tie-dye and then finding out that they didn't, being able to buy some that should work pretty well was very exciting. Oh my goodness. So I am thrilled to try these guys out. We're going to head back outside, back out to my carport. We are using the same tie-dye kit. I'll just be refilling the bottles with a little more dye. Oh, I think I will get these guys wet. Tarp out my space again, of course. And then I'll squirt the dye on. I may tie a few of these up with a few rubber bands, like maybe like I'll do some long ways, or maybe I'll do some in kind of like a little bunch. But honestly, I think the fabric is so ruffly that it's gonna give me kind of a scrunched up fabric, not completely evenly dyed effect, just as they are, because they are kind of a small, tight shape. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I'm really gonna tie these guys up at all with rubber bands. Well, maybe one or two, just to try it, but I think they're pretty good. Whoops, as they are. Okay, well, let's get our dye, let's get everything set, and I will see you guys outside. Well, you guys, it is a little while later, and of course, I let these scrunchies sit for the appropriate amount of time, and then I washed out the dye by hand, and then I kind of squashed them around in a little bit of warm water and laundry soap, and let them air dry. And here we go. Oh my gosh, these are so much fun. Oh man. I tried a couple different techniques with these guys, and I kind of like them all. They're all a little different. Some of these guys I kind of just splash dye on. And you can kind of tell there's a lot of the white scrunchie underneath. So I just kind of dripped it and dropped it and kind of also had to kind of like smush it into the fabric a little bit so it wouldn't all run off. And then others I tried to cover them as much as possible. That was a little tricky, honestly, because the fabric is so gathered. So covering them all the way, well, wasn't totally possible, as you can see right there. But kind of a different look, but I enjoy them all. I'm particularly excited that the dye stayed so bright. Sometimes the dye colors fade a bit when you wash things, but I really do love how these turned out. These are just so fun. I think these will be really fun to wear. And fun to give as gifts as well. And yes, I am definitely planning on making more of these in the rest of my tie-dye adventures. I think it'd be so fun to like tie-dye a t-shirt or a sweatshirt for yourself and then tie-dye a matching scrunchie. Or if you're making a gift for someone, make some scrunchies because, I mean, hey, these are so much fun. Who doesn't need some rainbow eyes scrunchies? Well, you guys, I can't wait to wear these and the headbands that we made. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. These make me so happy. I'm going to wear them. I will show you what they look like. And hey, in the meantime, while I'm getting ready to do that, it's a great time for you to hit that like button if you get behind the idea of tie-dyeing your own hair accessories. And definitely consider subscribing for more wild and crazy stuff from Part2 Craft. You never know what we're going to be up to around here. All right, you guys, I'll show you all the final results in just a moment.